like, hey, we updated the core system to 303. You want this? And I'm like, do I? Do I? But it has to go through every item in Foundry that you have, all your monsters, all your feats, all your skills, and it updates them to the new system. So it's like, okay, well, I have a lot going on the back end, so these updates tend to take a while, and it's like, oh.
It's weird to roll it out on a Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like, hey, let's roll it out on a Sunday, because maybe, like, nobody's playing today. Because, like, obviously Sunday afternoon. I would roll stuff out on a Sunday afternoon, but...
I feel like most people are not working, and then so, like, you would expect more people to play on a Sunday. Is that unreasonable?
I feel like people play D&D on, like, Friday, Saturday. Sunday might be the day of rest.
Huh. Today I learned.
All right.
I don't follow that.
I mean, I appreciate your guys and your, like, weird-ass schedules and how we made this, you know, come together between 1 and 4 on
You're saying weird-ass schedule, and I'm going to have to explain what a job is to you.
I don't think 6 p.m. on a weekday is asking a lot.
After working like an 8 to 10 hour day in a bunch of meetings, yes, it's like exhausting to then go and like role play.
Oh my god. Maybe get work-life balance. I don't know.
I'll work on that.
Don't work 10 hours a day. 8 hours a day. It's fine. Alright, stream's live. We're good. Server's up. Thank God. Let's get to some D&D. Previously on Arctis. Rumors and hearsay abound, as werewolves have taken up residence in the old court of, as I'm now looking at my things. Hello? Court of Hello? Court of Tempests. God. As werewolves have taken up residence in the abandoned Court of Tempests, where the unseelie Fae that were once a part of Maginox previously lived, the Court of Tempests is now a ruin, and werewolves that have been scattered all over, used by the vampire Victoria Vicatus, now seem to be banding together under one common banner, under the banner of a ferocious Nightgarm. The Nightgarm, a twisted type of werewolf-like creature that can devour something in a single bite, seemed to have never-ending hunger, and the werewolves that flocked around her were bent on one thing, and that was disrupting the ceremony that would allow the coronation of Reign and Eris as the future king and queen of Maginox. Now, the reasons for the Nightgarm and the werewolves has been a long-standing one, as Catherine had explained to you, the werewolves did not necessarily play nice with the other creatures of the night within Maginox, too suffused by the moonlight and devoured by their own rage. The werewolves that lived outside of Maginox were simply too feral to integrate within the city, and now depended on themselves for survival. The rats that you had discovered outside of Maginox as well had a interesting relationship with the werewolves, but as Bonsai had gifted them 40 pounds of cheese as an offering, and as a seen emissary of Reigns, the Rat King did not go along with the Nightgarm's plans, and as you arrived to the ruined court, the Rat King was beseeching the Nightgarm to think differently, that the rule of Reign and Eris would be different, and that perhaps there could be a chance that the werewolves would no longer be so moon-mad by the persistent moonlight, and could repair the relationships between the werewolves and Maginox. The Nightgarm wanted none of this, and after devouring one of her own, had expelled them and took to trying to devour Rain and Drion instead. As Bonsai and Wangdoodle hung outside of the ruins on their various mounts, making sure that nothing was sneaking in behind the party, Drion and Rain went inside to beseech and to discuss with the Nightgarm. Stop being a little bitch, or be destroyed. The Nightgarm disagreed. And with the werewolves that were immune to pretty much anything but silver and magical damage, were a fighting force to be reckoned with. But you four had come to the ruins with silver daggers in hand, ready to combat the werewolves' regeneration power. Now, understandably so, a pack of werewolves under the Nightgarm's rule would have posed a significant problem. But as Rain and the Nightgarm took to one-on-one combat, as Rain was the future queen of Maginox, and the Nightgarm wished to test her mettle. Or eat her. Either or. They began to fight in the courtyard of the Court of Tempests, and all seemed lost as the Nightgarm devoured Rain in one large bite, forcing Drion and the others to spring into action. And as Rain tried to fight her way out of the Nightgarm's gullet, the Nightgarm began to bite at Drion, causing horrible wounds and eventually felling our good Leonin friend. As an aside, Drion, I did take a look at your character sheet, and one of the reasons why your AC is so low is you're wearing essentially just chainmail. Like it's not even +1 chainmail. It's just chainmail that gives you necrotic resistance. So that's probably why your AC is pretty low. Could probably stand to get some magical armor.
Specifically a chain shirt, I believe.
So,
which is different than chainmail.
So yeah, you could probably stand to do a little bit of shopping. But like Rain, especially Bonsai as well. Bonsai's wearing plate. Wangdoodle's AC is lower than yours. And Rain's is only high because I believe you had used your Borean Shard to mix a couple things together, and you had created the Mind's Embrace. But yes, there are ways you could definitely get your dex up, Drion. But the Nightgarm took advantage of this and felled you just as easily as she devoured Rain. But at the last minute, as Drion had fallen, Rain had ripped herself out of the stomach and now stood before the werewolves in the corpse of the Nightgarm, covered in gore. A frightening picture, but one necessary in order to cow the werewolves into submission. And seeing the Nightgarm, their pack leader, torn asunder by Rain, the werewolves had enough reason to pause. They too did not wish to be, one, devoured by the Nightgarm, or two, destroyed by Rain and the group of the Audacity. And so, where we will begin today is back in the courtyard of the Court of Tempests. The werewolves have paused their attack, and some have even taken a knee in awe as they see Rain emerge. Drion, I believe you have been healed a little bit by Rain's life transference spell, and you have regained consciousness. Bonsai and Wangdoodle are still hanging around outside of the northeast tower of the Court of Tempests, preventing any other werewolves from joining the fray. But as Rain has emerged from the corpse, none of them actually appear to wish to pursue combat anymore, and are more confused and lost, as now they might see Rain as their new pack leader. Let's see how we're going to wrap this up, and find out any of the secrets that may remain within the Court of Tempests. Might be a good idea to get the werewolves out of there first. Let us begin now, back in the Court of Tempests. One moment, please. Boy, I hope after this migration all my scenes work, because I haven't had any time to test them. Okay, looks good. That is not the one I wanted to load. Oh, I hope that didn't load. Okay. That would have been a big spoiler. The forests of the eternal night region of Polaris have gone quiet, and only the howls of faraway wolves can be heard. Wangdoodle and Bonsai. Bonsai, it appears that you are flying 15 feet above the pit, looking down at some of the werewolves. The corpse of the frightened, surprised moon-mad Theurg that the Nightgarm had expelled still lies on the ground, but the other werewolves that are sitting at the top of the tower, watching the battle unfold, have taken to a knee, lifting their heads up slightly to bare their throats in recognition of Rain's triumph over their now defeated pack leader. What do you do? Rain, you are standing, hold on, let me just make sure you are on this map. Yep, you are right there. Rain, you are currently standing over Drion, who has regained consciousness thanks to your life transference. Though as Drion opens his eyes, he sees Rain with hair wet from stomach bile and gore coursing down her face. She looks more like an extra from the movie Carrie than anything else. You may begin.
Drion seems barely conscious or aware what's going on, just covered in blood as he kind of looks around disoriented.
Welcome back, Drion.
You see the Rat King Vermis that you had met, the one that had beseeched the Nightgarm to not attack Rain and friends, come out from one of the hallways to the northeast. He clutches the wall and looks at you with his beady, undead and pure white eyes.
Ah, you did it. You've killed the Nightgarm.
Oh, he seems to be rubbing his hands together in fear or anticipation as his sightless eyes glance around, ears perking, listening for anything that these werewolves might be doing. The werewolves, however, do not appear to be moving, and the only one that is closest to the Nightgarm gives it a cursory sniff, just to ensure that it is dead. The Rat King moves over to the other corpse of the Theurg, looks down and gives it a cursory sniff.
It's dead. Yeah. Quickly, Rain, you must position yourself now as the new pack leader. Get the werewolves to listen to you. They're confused, stunned. Quickly, take advantage of the situation.
You alright, Drion?
He starts to try to force himself up and just kind of grunts.
Thanks for not letting me die.
Not sure I fucking accomplished much. Drion just stays on one knee, just trying to recover himself.
I have no idea where to go.
Stares down.
Oh no.
Stares down. Nope, that's up. That's up. Go back down. There you go. To the right. Oh, nope. There's stairs to the right. There you go. There you go. Bottom floor. And go left. North.
Who built this thing?
The corpse of the Nightgarm. The corpse of the Nightgarm lies next to the corpse of the tiefling that has been thoroughly gnawed on by the werewolves.
Go on. Quickly, Rain. While the wolves are confused.
Right. Well,
Confidence! Confidence!
Ray just glares at the Rat King for a second.
The Rat King clearly does not want to be eaten by a large pack of werewolves. He is looking around very, very nervously and wringing his hands together. He clearly fears these werewolves, and with good reason.
Rain will walk over to the Night Garm and saw off its head. Detach its whole head.
Rain, you lift up the head. The massive, unhinged jaw flops open, sitting at a perfect 180-degree angle, allowing you to see directly down its gullet into the hole where you cut, remove the head from the body.
Yep, nope, had a good view of that earlier.
You now have the head of the Night Garm in your hand. It's heavy and bleeding, with a very soft pat, 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 pat sound on the ground.
Right then. So, Rain kind of holds it up for a second. Does anybody else have any issues with following and obeying the laws of Maginox now? Anyone?
Fonzo starts to raise their hand and is like, "Oh, not me."
You? Rain points at one of the only werewolves that she can see. Do you have a problem?
The werewolf, you can only tell by his body language. He folds his ears back slightly and is bending a knee, and his gaze lowers. It goes from the head to Rain, and then to the ground.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else? Is this one alive or dead? I can only see,
That was the eaten one. If you want to insight it, you can see how many hit points they have, but they're on the ground. Most of the fur has been worn away by the bile of the stomach, and they are very, very clearly dead.
Okay. All right, great. So, first of all, no more eating Maginox citizens. That's just straight out from here on out. That's some fucked up shit that House Vicatus did, and anybody caught doing that, it's punishable by death. So, any concerns there?
There is assorted growling coming from the towers, but no noises of dissension.
Sorry, I heard some growling. You? Is that you? You have a problem with that?
What will we eat?
The same thing all the other meat eaters of Maginox eat. Steak, whatever. You don't fucking eat people.
We wish to hunt, to run.
So hunt, run. Just don't hunt and eat people. Pretty simple.
The two wolves on the top of the tower, Blank Doodle, you can see, glance at each other. But they do not say anything to Rain.
Wangdoodle just sits on the ornithopter, humming, listening to the slight descent from the werewolves, and rotates the cannon from the warning shot towards the until the muzzle is directly facing the one that was asking the questions.
The low, throaty growl in his throat suddenly stops, and he nods.
What will you have us do, Pack Mistress?
Well, what would you like to do? Obviously not the hunting and eating of people, but what else? What did you do before House Vicatus took over?
The one that is on the bridge, looking down at Rain, looks up at her.
House Vicatus
He growls. They had killed our leaders and had pressed us into a diet of flesh and blood. We crave it now. It will be hard to put that aside and return to hunting animals. If we are to not be a danger, we should move away from Maginox as far as possible. We will not integrate well in your society. Our urge to run, to hunt, to eat is too strong. Perhaps we will return to Borealis or Isir to escape the constant pressure of the moon and to find our humanity once again.
Maybe that's for the best. But let me ask you something. Weren't the werewolves of this region, didn't they used to work with the moon sages over at the temple?
The two Wangdoodle, you see them look at each other again, and the Thayrg nods at the werewolf on the tower. Once we had shared knowledges, yes. The moon sages, masters of the dreaming, and us, adepts at commanding the realm of the spirits. We had once shared our knowledge, and once found friendship under the common banner of the moon.
Well, what if I was to tell you that the moon sages have returned?
The werewolf now looks uneasy. Everybody who could see the werewolf can make me an insight check.
Which werewolf is talking? No,
The intimidated one on the bridge.
Oh, okay.
Judging by his body language and the way his tail tucks and his ears go flat on his head, the mention of the moon sages brings up perhaps a painful memory. You do remember that House Vicadus was responsible for locking the moon sages in the tower and hoping that they would expire. And you do remember that there were werewolves hanging outside of the moon sages' sanctum as well.
Yeah, I didn't think I made that up.
No. But the werewolf, the mention of the moon sages and potential reconciliation, the way he responds is with, not distrust, but he does not believe that it will go as well as just, hey, we're gonna be friends again. The werewolf rubs his hands together. There may not be reconciliation between us and the moon sages. We have caused them great agony. I've killed many of their kind. I do not believe that your future king will be interested in reconciliation with us. If we are to keep our lives, if you are to spare us, then we have no choice but to go elsewhere. Our hunger and what we have done for House Vicadus in the past, whether we wanted to or not, was driven by blood, hunger, violence.
Sounds an awful lot like running away from your problems, but if that's what you would most prefer, very well.
We cannot survive in your society. The moon, though it does wax and wane, is a persistent effect. It drives us. It gives us our power. And when the moon is full, we must eat and hunt. Our rage overcomes us. We cannot simply live alongside you. We are not man. We are beasts.
Sounds like something House Vicadus has convinced you of, but again, if that's your choice, it's your choice to make.
If you are to spare us, we do not wish to make the same mistakes of the past. If there is a time we can reconcile, it must be after we have purged ourselves of the foul blood that we have consumed, both from House Vicadus and through our own means. Perhaps at a later time, once our rage is abated, and we have seen the light of the sun again. Perhaps then, maybe. But old wounds have not healed, and your moon sages, they will want nothing to do with us.
Very well. Then, perhaps sometime in the future, when you feel like you have quelled your bloodlust, we may see each other again. Until such time, though, you're all banished from Polaris.
The moon-mad werewolf nods in understanding and gets to his feet. Yes, pack leader. Come, my brothers and sisters. 'Tis time we leave the realm of eternal night and stop slaking our rage and becoming drunk upon the moonlight. We shall spend time walking in the day and remember what it is like to be human again. There were some grumbles of dissent, questioning from the other werewolves, but in a language you do not understand. They get to their feet, lost, hungry, and not knowing what to do, but the pack leader had said that they are banished. And like obedient dogs, they begin to move out. One of the Theurgs on the bridge looks down at Rain and Bonsai and Vermis and gives you a nod. Perhaps in thanks. Perhaps not. But the Theurg turns to the roof and a couple very quick bounds, boom, 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 and lands on the ground, and the other werewolves begin to join. And soon enough, the rest of the Court of Tempests will now be cleared of the moon-mad werewolves. I need to move Bonsai's massive Wangdoodle's ornithopter. And so too, the wargs that have surrounded the castle that lived outside of the ruins, they too follow the werewolves in turn. And soon enough, the ruins quickly becomes empty. The sounds of the werewolves and the wolves howling becomes much more faint in the background. And you are left alone inside the ruins of the Court of Tempests.
Bonsai, could you assist me here? Rain is pulling out a spare cloak and laying it down before setting the tiefling kind of in it and starts combination of prestidigitation to clean away the blood stains from her body, and then wrapping her up delicately in the cloak.
Looks like you have everything handled. What do you need assistance with?
It's a large body bonsai. Getting her presentable for her husband.
I don't follow. Why don't we just bury her here and let her nourish the soil?
Because her husband would like to know what happened to her, I imagine. Sure, he
Isn't
will
that-
still decide to bury her, but it would be nice to bring her back.
I don't understand why this is necessary, but I will do my best. Sathius, can you grab the body? Assuming that you wrapped it in a way that's easy to grab, Sathius uses his claws to pick up the bag.
Yeah, that's basically just wrap her like head to toe, so she's all one piece.
I mark that guy as dead, so he's a little bit easier to parse.
You're fucking dead.
The body is wrapped up neatly, and Scythius is able to grab it. Bonsai, you will not be able to fly while Scythius is carrying double load. But if you wish, you can send Scythius back to Maginox with the payload in hand, if you so desire.
Rain, it seems like the demon influence that is on this body may actually be an issue for Scythius. Can we get Wangdoodle to carry it instead? I think his contraption is a little bit more durable for weight.
Sure. Weird racist tree man person.
Demons?
Well, now I can't move because Wangdoodle is over the top of me. There we go.
Just air Wang Doodle just flying by.
He's just on the roof looking down into the pit.
Fly the explosive skies.
The Rat King dances from foot to foot and claps in the direction of Adrian and Rain.
You did it! You actually did it! You got the werewolves to leave! Fantastic!
Why do I feel like you've been waiting for something like that to happen for a very long time, Vermis?
Ah, they've been nothing but a thorn in mine and my people's sides for quite some time. All slaves to that dastardly Victoria Vicadis. She fed them on a diet of flesh and made them reliant on her. They would starve otherwise. They got a taste for it.
The werewolves.
No offense, but haven't you said that your people did the same, Vermis? What makes your people different than them?
He rubs his chin.
Sickness and filth come naturally to humanity. Whether you are elf or Leonin or not, there is necessity in the rats. We pick up the trash. We eat the refuse. We ensure that the population does not spiral out of control. There has been less need for that with the Vicadans in, ensuring a healthy dose of limbs already at the ready to be sold. But now, we can return to our glorious sewers and proliferate and make sure that our diseases, our fleas, our maggots do not spread into the general populace anymore. Though, be warned, the rats are always watching. We know what happens in Maginox, and we have a duty ourselves. It is not a pretty one. It is not queenly and kingly, like yours, in beauty and splendor. But under the cities is our home. We subsist off of the trash. And we proliferate disease. It is simply who we are and what we do. It is a, yes, filthy purpose, but a purpose nonetheless.
I'm going to be completely honest. Very little of what you just said made sense, Vermis.
He rubs his hands together and just giggles.
Then let us leave it as this. My people and I will return to the sewers of Maginox. And we will ensure that your waste does not get out of control, that your trash does not pile high. And if your population gets too wide, too broad, and too unchecked, it will not be the rat's fault that disease starts creeping in. We are merely a product of our environment. We wish you no ill will, of course, but it is a
Sorry, I forgot of the saying I was thinking of.
You will.
Oh my god, GM is apparently having a huge brain fart.
We will be
Migrating
working.
servers.
Yeah, migrating servers apparently.
We will be working together from afar. And again, we wish you no ill will. But do not step into places where you do not belong. A queen's place is in the eye of her people, not in the slums of the sewers, the dredges of sickness.
Sounds ever so slightly like a threat, Vermis.
Is the threat of catching a cold a threat or genuine concern?
Why did we help these people? He looks over at Rain.
They are my people, apparently.
Not all of us walk willingly alongside fellow man. We are small. The tunnels underneath Maginox are many. We will scurry and scamper and watch with beady eyes. But I, as a reborn rat myself, do have a place in Maginox. It is just one that is detestable to the common folk. Can you see a place where I sit beside, or even in the same room as a queen, as I ooze maggots and fleas jump off my flesh? But who would give these fleas and maggots a home otherwise? The maggots are necessary to eat the dead flesh, to become flies that eat your trash and your refuse. And the flies are necessary as well. All of these things are part of the great circle of life, death, and corruption is just a part of that as well. We do not
nodding very understandingly.
We do not wish ill will. It is just the cycle of life.
Okay then. Drion, looking very bloodied, looks over to Rain. They're like, I don't need to be here anymore. And he just starts, like, with a slight limp, walking out.
Vermis, I would ask one thing of you, if you return to the sewers.
Of course, Queen. Let us parley from queen to king.
If you are to find any lingering effects or instances of the infernal corruption brought here by House Vicadis, you will let us know.
Ah, infernal corruption, yes. Corruption not of this world, of this plane. This is not attractive to the rats. We do not appreciate the infernal infestation. This I can agree with.
Good. And I promise I make you the same promise I made the Night Garm. If you ever fall to the corruption, I will personally put you down. As I would hope you would do the same.
Ah, but of course. But
Or maybe Bonsai will. Bonsai really likes that stuff, so I wouldn't want to take it from Bonsai.
But just remember, the rats are numerous. And we have infested every corner, every crevice of your city. Our eyes watch from the shadows just as your bird friends, the were-ravens, watch from the skies. We will monitor the city and make sure your filth is processing apace. But do not overextend your rule, for you are the Queen of Maginox, and nothing else. This I will respect.
Then I think we have an agreement.
Finally, speaking to someone reasonable, and not making demands with threats of violence. I like you.
Well, I also did that too, but just earlier.
My people, like them,
Rat King Vermis points up at Bonsai.
they remember gifts that are given.
Oh, speaking of gifts. Rain holding the bloody head of the Night Garm. I don't know, this seems like something more up your alley than mine. Would you like this?
I would. Is this a gift for Vermis?
Of course. Put it up in your throne room.
Thank you.
He takes the head and begins looking and counting at the Night Garm's teeth. He lifts up the tongue and examines it, giving it a cursory nod.
Yes, much of this usable. Very good. I accept your gift. And now, I will give you a gift in return. The tunnels that go under Maginox are sprawling and go deep, down deep into the city of lava elves known as Vacaris, and even further to the outer reaches, where the Earth Ganassi live in Magmara. But there is a gap in these tunnels, another sequestered area that even my people have not been able to squeeze in. We believe the entrance is around here, somewhere in the Court of Tempests, but the werewolves have been, well, here, and we have not been able to investigate. Perhaps there's something that lies under the Court of Tempests that even our beady eyes and tiny claws cannot reach. I give you a gift of knowledge.
Well, thank you.
May you find what you need within this fallen home. Myself and the rats I have hidden here will now take our leave. But before we go, I thank you, Cheesebringer, and I thank you, 20-pound cat, for jumping up on my table. Come here.
I thought you were talking about Dreon, but then I was
Arctis. Arctis is the one that provides these gifts. It keeps everyone alive.
Ah,
Or near it.
Arctis giveth, and Arctis taketh away. And Arctis also ensures that life does not go spiraling out of control upon their body. All of these things necessary in the great circle of stuff. Sometimes there are irregularities, and even a filthy beast, like myself, can come back. My purpose, to lead the rats, and to make sure that the city of death continues being just so.
He puts 2 fingers in his rotting mouth and whistles, though the whistling sound comes out of holes in his cheeks rather than from between his fingers. And Wang Doodle, you're on the roof. But you see beady eyes appear all around you as rats hidden in corners and tucked into crevices that are much, much smaller than their fat, bulging bodies peer out at you.
Come, my people. Let us feast tonight on the cheese given to us by the cheese bringer, and we shall celebrate the ceremony. As there shall be an influx of waste in the sewers, surely it will need to be handled. We look forward to your flatulations.
The Rat King begins to leave.
It has been a pleasure. And may your reign be long.
The Rat King begins to leave, just walking out the front door. And a whole trail of ratkin also follow after him. 1 second. Come here, you little bitch. I have to put them at the proper height because I had a couple of them all around here. This one, who was invisible. The smell of rot heralds the coming of the plague-bringer rat folk, and they walk by Rain with a small bow, a large chunk of the summoned cheese in their hand. They munch on it, glance up at Bonsai, and give them a thumbs up, and also begin to leave.
Good job with the cheese, Bonsai.
They made their desires known, and I could fulfill them, so of course I did that.
Cheese-based... Oh, there's another one.
But he's also eating cheese. And begins to leave.
Who knew that cheese-based diplomacy would be so effective?
The rat folk led by Vermis, and 2 other large rat folk, and then a swarm of actual rats. Let me get the swarm of rats on here. Swarm of rats. That begin to pour out of the walls, form a mighty pile. Eep! And the swarm moves with Vermis. Vermis and the other rat folk pause while they are outside, looking at Dreon. And Dreon, as you went outside, you notice that leaning against a wall is Mora. She watches as the rats go and the rats turn, looking at Mora and Dreon.
Dreon doesn't say anything to them.
Ah, I recognize you, elf girl.
Mora clears her throat. Well, you should at one point. This was my home.
And may you find what you're looking for.
The rat folk, King Vermis, and the swarm of rats leave the premises. And Mora glances over at Dreon. How did it go?
Dreon pauses, like he's really having to consider the question. And then after maybe 5 to 10 seconds, shrugs For the glory of Maginox, I guess.
Not all about glory. She places her hands on some of the bricks and looks up at the Court of Tempests. Place used to be a lot nicer looking. Werewolves have torn it to bits.
Well, full of werewolves and fucking rats, hard to be much fucking less nice.
Hopefully what Vermis said will actually hold true. There's a place where even the rats couldn't get in. And maybe there's something else. Something that my mother wanted us to find. We should take a little bit of time and look around the Court of Tempests now that the rats and the werewolves aren't here.
Driad stops and thinks, well, I don't think the coronation's right away, so probably have time.
At least we didn't have to fight our way in here. I think Rain handled that quite well. She glances around the corner to where Rain and Bonsai are both sitting. She sees Rain and kind of awkwardly ducks back around the corner.
Driad is busy looking over the various wounds on his body as she talked about not needing to fight their way in.
Now you see why the Vicadans didn't want to deal with the werewolves. It's hard to get rid of them aside from having silver or, well, more magic than you can expend. And turns out, when the moon sages run out of magical prowess, the werewolves are still drunk on moonlight. He sighs.
Werewolves aren't the fucking problem, it's the giant bitch with the mouth.
He looks around the corner. Never seen a werewolf looking like that. It's terrifying.
Driad sort of nods.
Are you all right? At least enough so we can take a look around.
Driad shrugs, sure. Goes back in Rain's direction.
Rain, I don't think I've said this enough, but thank you for freeing Court of Tempests from the clutches of the werewolves. This courtyard used to be full of flowers. That well over there, flowing with fresh water.
Well, we'll see what we can do about making it that way again.
I only hope. And I have a feeling my mother left something here. Let's call it a hunch. Why don't we take a look around and see what we see? Maybe there's some secrets about left behind
Right.
for where my mother went.
Sounds like a good idea. Is there any place in particular we should start looking? Yes, this is your home.
She thinks. I know the northern area leads mostly to. There's a holding cell. There's a common quarters to the east. He looks around the corner. Oh, sorry, Rain. She looks at this tower and the door in front. Locked.
There are weird markings on it. Do those mean anything to you?
Look like scratches almost from the werewolves. Perhaps some sort of magical writing or ward. Nothing happened when I touched the doorknob, though. These aren't from the court. That is for certain.
Well, we probably should open that one, yes?
I agree. Give me a moment. Mora kneels down and pulls out a set of lockpicks and begins to work at the door. This should only take a second. Yeah, judging by at least how shallow these claw marks are, they actually wanted to claw their way in. I believe they probably could have. It's just a door. What could a door do against werewolves?
Famous last words.
Ah, there we go.
And we're all dead.
She swings open the door and coughs as a very large billow of dust falls out. I suppose this hasn't actually been opened in quite some time. Peers in. Ruin. Oh, what's this? She steps inside.
I don't know, what is this?
The tower, though, it extends about 35 feet up, and it looks like it could also be accessed from the very tippy top of the tower. But that hatch is closed, and the stairs that would have once led to the top of this, the inside of this tower, have all crumbled and are lying in pieces on the ground. There is a large stone sarcophagus at the far end of the room. That is, it is a dark gray, and on the top of it is covered with sigils of trees. There is a tree on the top end, and an upside-down tree on the bottom end, and in the center, something that looks a little bit like stylized sigils of the sun and the moon intertwined together, with wings growing out of it. Oh, that's promising, but there's a sarcophagus here.
No, this looks like some dirt magic nonsense. Bonsai. There's like trees carved into a sarcophagus in here.
Oh.
And then like light and moon things happening. I don't know, it feels very on brand for you.
Bonsai, you are too high up. You need to be at 0 elevation to enter this door.
You can be no taller than this to ride this sarcophagus.
Ah, now that I'm down to your level, I can see what's going on. Maybe I should turn right side up.
Why are you doing a headstand, Bonsai?
I dismounted less gracefully than intended.
Bonsai, make me an Arcana or History check, whichever you prefer.
Oh, they're both terrible. Let's do...
Can Rain assist him with that?
Sure. I will let you roll again, Bonsai.
Alright.
It's a little bit better. The intertwining trees, though familiar to you, are not signifying arboreans. Rather, the two trees, one having slight sun sigils etched into it, and one, the leaves are more shaped like moons, seem to be depicting a collaborative relationship between both the sun and the moon. And in the center, the representation of the Fae Court is meant to depict fairies that walk between both the light and the dark, fairies that walk in the twilight.
Doesn't seem like this is a vampire thing. Very fairy-like, but I believe you already knew that. Are you looking to get it open, or what are we trying to accomplish here, Rain?
I don't know. Probably opening it, yes, but it'd be ideal to find out what's in it first, if possible.
Mora kneels down and is just examining the sarcophagus. While you look at the top, Bonsai, Mora is pressing her fingers up against the sarcophagus and looking for any sort of hole or entry. This is so strange. I don't remember a sarcophagus being here. It's heavy. Stone. I don't think my mother would be in here. She looks up and back down at the tower. The tower used to be empty. In fact, I don't remember anyone using it aside from just storage. There used to be crates here piled with goods. But all of that looks to be gone, pillaged.
Mora, your mother disappeared before you were imprisoned in Auralia, yes?
That's right. I found some writing here. It says, "For those that walk between the sun and the moon..." She's squinting, trying to make out the rest of it. It's all dusty. Hold on. She rubs her elbow against it and gives it a good look. Speak the words that mourn the sun. Speak the words that mourn the sun. I don't know what that is.
It's simply good night.
There is a slight rumbling. Oh! And Mora stands up, and the top of the sarcophagus begins to shift and shudder. And inside the sarcophagus is no body, but stairs leading down. Oh.
Were
Well,
these here before?
no, I've never seen these before, ever. I didn't even know something existed underneath the Court of Tempests.
Right. Well, that could be where the demons are. And Bonsai steps in.
After you. Let's make sure we get everybody going in.
Wangdoodle. Wangdoodle might be still on the phone.
He's talking about kitties.
I need to drag him along for a minute.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see. I will find us a wild wangdoodle. I'm gonna get rid of one of its flamethrowers that are over here.
Not the flamethrowers!
Poor wangdoodle. There we go. Height 0. Oh my god. Sorry, get off of
Atheist.
wangdoodle.
Don't trample Wangdoodle.
All right. Are we all ready to see what's underneath the Court of Tempests?
Yay!
All right. Let's go. One
We're
moment,
going
please.
Candy Mountain,
We're going
Charlie.
to Candyman. All right, give me just a second. Put all your tokens in the scene real quick. Rion, and Wangdoodle, and Mora. All right. All right, one moment, please. need to make a quick adjustment here. Give me a second. As you descend down from the sarcophagus into the spiraling staircase that goes deep underneath the Court of Tempests, you find yourself walking along fine stone tile, and the stony walls are intricately carved. As you finally hit the bottom of whatever lies underneath the Court of Tempests, it opens up into a massive room. And everything is covered in dust. From what you can see, there are large, empty braziers that have been long unlit. And in front of you, a stone platform with two curious round dials upon the top. Spider webs hang across every part and corner of this room. It has not been unearthed in quite some time. Oh, I've never seen this place before.
Well, yeah, you didn't know there were stairs here. Of course you wouldn't.
That makes sense. What is this place?
Looks like sun and moon symbolism. Nothing about the hells.
Well, at least the Court of Tempests, though we lived in Polaris, we are still creatures of both, well, sun and moon, wind and air, darkness and light.
These things over here look like they have writing on them. Do they actually, or?
They do. You can double-click them to read. There's a stone plaque where you're at, right? And can be double-clicked in order to read its contents.
It says, "Moon, for those who search the depths of night, awaiting the morn."
Hmm.
And it says, "Moon, rise, for those who straddle the line between darkness and light."
Well, I suppose that does sum up the Unseelie Court quite well.
And this one is "Sunrise, for those who stand with the rising sun."
Oh. If you need more light, for any of you that see by light, just touch the braziers.
Bonsai, as you touch the edge of the brazier, it flares up with the power of the sun, and a warm golden glow begins to emanate from it. You haven't seen the sun since you went to Auralia, so it feels quite good as you bask in its radiance.
Light, like 10 hours ago?
Yeah, that's also true. What do the other plaques say in the room, Rain?
Well, I read them all. It's moon, moonrise, sunrise, and sun. But this one says to enter sun, moon, or their rise, in search of their hidden prize, align their visage, follow their guide, then step before them to enter inside.
Curious. A puzzle.
Align their visage. These symbols seem sort of incomplete, no? On the center?
They do. They look like half sun, and, well, some of it looks like it's worn away. But what? There's some depth here, like a crack between the stones. Oh! Oh! What did you do? Oh, it turned! What was that?
Oh, they're little dials here.
I hit it again!
Calm down.
Oh, it turns the center dial.
Oh, like this one over here?
No, these ones right here at the center, Wangdoodle.
Oh, those are the center. What about this thing?
I don't know. Oh, is that the brazier bunts I was talking about?
Oh yes, let's light them all. This place has been way too dark.
Feel like if we match all of these up, maybe they'll do something?
Oh, this is an interesting little dial here. Yeah, I think
maybe one more actually. Looks like they all might line up with something.
I think we're almost there.
What does this one do? This doesn't do the same thing just at the inner wheel? Oh shit, it does!
Oh, there's two parts to this. And look over here. On the right, looks like you've made a complete little sun sigil.
Oh, I see. What if we let's hit that outer one like 2 more times.
One. Two. They
Hey,
don't look to
you
be
see-
completely lined up, but
But this one, it's got 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom, right?
mm-hmm.
I think we need a complete sun sigil on this side, complete moon sigil on this side, because we have the moon here in the center, and then we need a complete sun on the top side.
So is that like... So would the complete sun be like the one with the most rays or something?
I think it's a complete circle.
Well, it's not just sun; it's also moon.
Right, so the
circle
moon
is
one
the
needs to
moon.
be here, and then the sun one needs to be here. So for example, if you... Oh, okay, yep. So turn that one more time. So you see how now this one is a moon symbol, complete and whole. I think we need to make this one up here look like a sun.
The bottom one is actually a half moon. It's not complete.
Well, you know what I mean. Bonsai just gets bored and fucks off.
I am going to read the instructions. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
And what did this say again? It was written on the front, just like on the sarcophagus. It said, to enter sun, moon, or their rise in search of their hidden prize, align their visage, follow their guide, then step before them to enter inside.
Rain, you go to the second floor. Upstairs is a slightly different view.
Oh no, there's more puzzle on the second floor.
Ah, that might have more clues. Definitely had more sun. Oh, lack permission. I lack permission to go up.
You like permission to go up? Did you go on the stairs?
I did. Those stairs worked. The other stairs didn't. I can't go in the sun.
This is like a balcony up here, and the thing in the center is the first floor still.
Correct. You can see down into the first floor.
And it is dynamic, which is super cool.
Does this look incomplete here, Christina? Like it does on the map?
It does. It looks like half of the suns on the top part are fully there, but the ones on the bottom are not. Though there is no plaque or discernible button here.
Rain, does that change when we change down here?
I don't know.
I just spun it. Did it do anything?
It did not do anything that I could see. But the one on the left-hand side has like a little reticle around it, right over here. Does that maybe make that one complete?
Complete sun or complete moon? Or
Make it a complete
both?
sun, actually, because up here the sun is on the left. So try to make it a complete sun. Which I think is just one more. Yep, there you go.
Is this small circle the sun, or is this meant to be the shining moon?
I feel like that one's the sun, but
It looks like the sun.
But it only has 2 bursts coming out, whereas this other one here has 3. And 3 is better than 2.
that's a good point. And there's an inner 3 right up there. Maybe push those 2 together over there. Tomb Raider shit.
Any change up there, Rain?
I don't think so. No, not that I can see.
Well, we're supposed to step before them to get the prize. Where's them?
Well, if that's the sun. Or no,
Nope,
Reynolds.
This is glowing a little.
Something's glowing?
It looked like the floor was glowing red for a moment.
Oh,
Over here by the sun. Oh, when I stand on it, it glows.
Fascinating.
But that must mean that this is not the sun here. Maybe this is the moon. No.
I think Rain's trapped up here now.
nope.
Oh, there
I
it
found
went.
the
Didn't do
demons.
it before.
One moment. Bonsai, 1 second. You walk across the room. A trap is activated.
Yeah, gross.
1 moment, please. I just have to double check what room that you shenangled in, because I was looking at Rain on the top floor.
I think it was Moonrise.
One moment, please. Alright. Bonsai, make me a dexterity check, please.
Oh, we are not good at those. Is saving throw or check?
Oh, I'm sorry, save. Bonsai, you fail. 1 moment, please. Bonsai, you take 22 poison damage as one of the tiles in the floor that you step on suddenly erupts in a gout of poison. Not only does the
magic
floor...
poison or regulator?
Is there a difference?
If it's magical, I have resistance.
Oh, you have resistance against poison? Then you would take half damage from this.
No. I have resistance against magical damage. So if it's magical poison,
Oh, no, it's just poison. It's not.
okay.
You would take 22. And you are also shunted back to the beginning of the room.
What?
What happened,
what is
Bonsai?
this? There's some sense of death in that room.
Wait a minute. How'd you open this door?
Oh, I stood on the platform like it said to go get the prize.
The platform that he's standing on says Moonrise for those who straddle the line between darkness and light.
I did not straddle the line. I just went straight over it. Maybe I could have done that differently.
Hang on a second. So that says Moonrise. So Moonrise is half and half. Right?
Well, no, the 3 bursts on top and bottom, that's what opened the Moonrise. It's not opening now.
Oh, it's not opening now. Oh, it closed. Oh, interesting. And what did you do when you went in?
Well, it was a large room, so I barreled forward, assuming that I, if the demons were there, they would start running. And I got splattered with some amount of poison that I didn't know was going to arrive, and then I teleported back to the beginning.
Actually,
Is it going that fast for everyone else? It hasn't done that before.
That's because I multi-clicked it. Oh no, but this one isn't right. Oh, two more. Okay. All right, try the moon one, Bonsai.
Doesn't seem to be reacting at all, but why would that react? That doesn't look like anything is complete.
It's a complete moon on the inside right here.
Oh, the minor detail. Ah, I just cannot see from that far away. Thank you for that detail.
So nothing seems to open up unless it's the sunrise or
Wait a
the
minute.
full glowing moon.
It looks
Or
like
sun?
this is actually Earth and not the sun, like I'd previously thought. So if we're talking about rising, assuming it's coming up out of the ground, just rotate twice more for both.
Whoa!
Ah! No!
Oh, I
You
meant
broke
twice
it.
the other way.
That's well, that was a lot back the other way. Okay, hang on.
Oh dear.
Okay, so you want
Just right there. Don't go
Okay.
anywhere else. This looks like a moonrise to me, doesn't it?
sure?
Oh, and the door opened again for moonrise.
Oh,
Okay.
fantastic. Remember, oh, now look, Bonsai, it says, for those who straddle the line between darkness and light.
Oh, I'm entirely on the side of light. Someone else needs to try this.
Certainly not me.
Sorry, what was that again?
There needs to be someone that straddles between dark and light. I believe it's figurative. Because I don't see any lines that would make sense.
Oh, sounds like you just need questionable ethics.
Yes.
Well, let's see what this is all about.
It's about poison at me. I don't know if it'll do the same for you, but just keep your eyes open.
Wangdoodle, as you look at the room, there is a single torch lit on the northern part of the wall, providing some minor illumination. The rest of the chamber is empty, but there is a stone dais at the end, and you cannot see what is on the top of it. It might be flat.
I think this warrants a good investigation of the room first.
It's probably
Oh, that's the
fine.
thing. You know, Lou always talked about pressure plates and stuff like that.
Make me an investigation check, please. It's a big empty room.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds an awful lot like caution, which sounds an awfully close to ethics to me.
Yeah, caution, ethics. What is this? What is this?
Sorry, I just had a questionably ethical thought pop into my head. All right, hang on. How does this actually work? Trying to figure out if I can vortex warp myself. Okay. Hey, Bonsai.
Yes?
Hey, could you come here a minute?
Sure. I don't know where it would trigger, but it seemed like here should be fine. Yes. How can I help?
Okay. I want to try something. Wangdoodle takes off his left gauntlet and holds it over to Bonsai. I want you to point this at me, and then point me over at the dais across the room there.
Okay.
All right.
Does that.
Great. You should see a little, I know there's a lot of little glowing lights on there, but there's one that sits right at the wrist joint, right? Just press that button real quick.
Click.
Wangdoodle, where do you want to vortex warp yourself to?
Straight over to the dais.
Okay. Don't do that. Ah! Ah!
No!
Don't do that! We'll unpause it. Wangdoodle, as you get teleported across to the dais, you are not surrounded by any sort of poison cloud, and you make it to that square perfectly fine. The dais sits in front of you. There is a vague carving inside of the sun and the moon. What do you do?
Can I take the carving? Or is it like inside?
It is carved into the dais.
I mean, we're going to touch it.
Okay, go ahead and double click it for me.
Okay, I touched it.
Make sure. Did you get a prompt that says touch the moonrise rune?
Yes, and I've clicked yes.
There is a soft rumbling that you hear in the previous room.
Okay. So what happened?
I don't know. Something rumbled. Oh, it looks like
Should I-
something appeared on the north side of the room.
Should I slap it harder?
No, I think it works. Maybe vacate now. Maybe we have to do that for all 4 of the rooms.
Wangdoodle, how do you get out?
Real quick, what I'm going to do, to make this a little easier.
Bonsai just targets you with the gun and then points back over here and clicks the button again.
I'm gonna leave a little buddy here to help us out. Oh, that's not where you were supposed to. That, you know what? It's fine. He doesn't know he's doing.
The homunculus servant takes more damage than he could possibly handle from that poison trap, and immediately despawns.
Oh, good to know we don't need that. All right, so we're going to be doing this again. Trying to think of an easy way to do this.
Actually, because you triggered it, you are shunted to the front of the room. So is Bonsai. And the door closes on you.
Well, that worked out well. Good thinking using your decoy.
All right, so now
that wasn't the main idea.
Rain, you see there is a rune glowing in the north part of the room, soft and blue. It looks like the moonrise, just a tiny bit of the crescent moon peeking over the horizon. Wangdoodle, you see that the plaque that you're standing on is also glowing a light blue as opposed to the dangerous red that it was glowing before.
we'll do sunrise next.
I don't think that's a bright enough sun. We need brighter.
You need brighter. I think that's as bright as it gets. So maybe a less bright one?
Hmm.
I could do less bright. Yeah, I don't think there's a brighter one than that one. Do less bright. I think. Yeah, okay. Oh, wrong one. No! Go back one. On both. Yay.
Brr.
Okay. Maybe this one?
I don't know why you'd be able to see the sun through the earth. That must be a reflection on water. Also, it's not sized the same. I feel like the designers would have known better.
I think the only other option is one. Yeah, that one. Oh. Well, maybe this one?
Perhaps we're missing something.
Thanks, NPC Bark, to remind the players they're fucking dumb.
The barks are necessary.
There was that symbol upstairs. Has that changed? I can't go up the sunway. That's odd. So the sun up here, maybe this is supposed to be two different images, but it looks like the sunrise is only a single burst coming off.
The
Kind of like you
sunrise.
have. Currently at the 12 o'clock position on the outer side. I believe you tried that one already, but it might be worth trying again.
Bonsai, there's a large sigil of the sun emblazoned on the floor on the west side of the room. Bonsai, as you step upon it, you hear a click from down below.
Anyone else hear that?
Yes. Oh, it opened.
Oh. Okay, well, I'll stay here, just in case it closes again if I move.
Well, this is sunrise. So this would be for those who stand with the rising sun.
Rain, as you are looking at that room, you notice that there are a multitude of tiles embedded on the floor. Some are slightly off-colored, and some are not. Again, like the previous room, there is a dais, a stone dais at the end of the room. It seems to depict a rising sun and is etched into the stone.
So do we think that this has anything to do with the nature of the person walking into the room? Or do we think they were just traps?
I'm honestly not sure.
Cool. Is there like a pattern to the discoloration of the tiles? Or is it literally what I see?
This is just what you see.
Hmm. Well, and I'll step here.
Nothing happens.
And out of abundance of caution, because we have a few of these, we will starlight step. You here.
All right. Rain, you appear in front of the stone dais that displays the rising sun. Do you touch it?
I touch it.
Double click it for me.
Did.
All right.
Hit
It begins
yes.
to glow with a soft blue light. Well, a soft light that you cannot see in the dark, as your dark vision does not allow you to see light. But it does begin to glow softly.
All right. Did anything happen out there?
Yes, another sigil to the north began to glow. It looks like it's depicting a rising sun. So we've got the sunrise and we've got the moonrise now.
Great. Do I get shunted out or do I have to teleport back? But...
Depends on where you step.
Rain will step off. No!
Rain, a gout of fire erupts from the wall as you step on an incorrect tile. Rain, make me a dexterity saving throw.
No, that's a saving throw. There we go.
Right, Rain, you duck underneath the fire and manage to avoid most of it, but you'll still take half damage. 1 second. Rain, you'll take 18 fire damage as you duck underneath the gout of flame.
Oh. Do I have... I'll take it.
18 is not half of 32, if that matters.
Oh, I'm stupid. It's 16. Sorry.
That's fine. Ow, 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 fuck, shit.
You are teleported outside the room.
If we find your mother, Mora, remind me to let her know that she's a right bitch with her traps.
Yes, but, well, you have to admit, I couldn't imagine those moon-mad werewolves possibly solving this. So what we've got here, okay, so this is moonrise for those who straddle the line between darkness and light. Okay, we've got that one. And then over here we've got sunrise for those who stand with the rising sun. Where did Bonsai go?
I'm up with the rising sun, apparently.
Interesting.
So now we need the full moon and the full sun.
Bonsai, as you step upon that plaque, it opens.
Well, okay, now none of this makes any damn sense.
Bonsai, as you look inside, half of the floor is emblazoned with a moon sigil, and half with the sun. You walk across the sun, and nothing happens. You touch the sigil on the edge of the room, another one bursts into being at the very tip-top of the room.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Bonsai was saying awesome, clever things throughout.
He was just walking. A third sigil is lit inside the main chamber, and only one remains.
Rain, I think this is reinforcing that this whole eternal night thing is not right. We should get more sunshine in this area.
Hmm.
Yes,
that
good
what
luck
you
with
think?
that.
All right, but we already tried the moon to open up this door. Unless bonsai, I don't know. You want to give it a shot since apparently you stepping on things seems to make it open.
Well, I believe it's just everything has to be bright or everything has to be dark.
Oh, it's a good idea.
Does the moon talk about the darkest night? Like the sun talking about the brightest light?
What does the moon plaque say, Wangdoodle? The one you're standing on.
Trying to find that out. Ah, there we go. It says, "For those who search the depths of night, awaiting the morn."
Those who search the depths of night.
Can anyone cast darkness?
Lex could.
Yeah, but Flix has disappeared into the infinite darkness.
Well,
Did
one
that
of them,
do anything?
One of them opened when you stood up here, somewhere.
Yes. Well, on the other side of the room, there's a moon symbol. I'm standing on it. Is that doing anything for you?
Oh wait, how did you get upstairs so fast?
While you were talking, I was being productive.
You were on the opposite side of the room on the downstairs. It's weird. Okay. Nope, it's not doing anything.
What does that plaque say outside of the room again?
It says, "Moon, for those who search the depths of night, awaiting the morn."
Search the depths of night.
Oh, I have ghost bonsais. That's what's going on.
Because he's above you.
Yeah, no, that's why I thought he was all the way over on the left side. Now he was all the way over on the top floor. I see.
Did you turn off all the lights down there?
There are no lights on down here.
Where would we await the morn?
I think it might just be a character thing. I don't know. Bonsai, that kind of sounds like something like your thing. You know, demons are in the night, right? So wouldn't you be searching for them?
No, demons could be anywhere. You never know where they might show up. So you always have to be on guard. At least, so I've learned in the last 3-4 weeks of existence.
I mean, I get it. A thief's a thief, but a demon could be anything.
Well, searching the depths of night. This is the only area, but be careful. I might hurt myself here in the western side of the room. And Bonsai confidently steps onto the dark platform.
1 second. A gout of electricity sparks from the dark side of the platform. Bonsai, make me a dexterity saving throw. Ooh. Bonsai, you take 37 thunder damage. And you are teleported to the beginning of the room.
Ooh, no, not that. Lightning hitting a tree is never a good thing.
Maybe try it again, just once more for good measure.
Maybe it's Drion's thing.
None of this is my thing.
Have you tried hitting the sun to make it more dark?
No, he just kind of gestures over to you. I've taken my beatings. This is all on you.
Well, it seemed to be frozen. It's no longer frozen. There's got to be somewhere else to search for the depths of night, awaiting the morn. The depths of night. There's nowhere deeper we can go. I have no more ideas.
But you just stood on it up here, Bonsai. That's what you did?
He stood
Up-
on the
up here
sun
is-
one. Rain, make me an investigation check while you're up there. Rain, as you're looking around and searching the night up there, you see a small crevice. And it opens itself to reveal another small stone dais, but this one has a gem on top of it.
Reach hand in to touch gem. Yes.
The gem begins to glow, pulsing with moonlight energy.
How about now? Anything working down there?
Bonsai, you feel the dial shudder underneath your feet, but it does not move. It definitely did something when Rain touched it. But the dial did not move, just merely kind of shifted.
What did you do up there?
There's a secret compartment with a gem. I touched the gem. Now it's glowing. Things are happening.
Everything's working as expected here. But, okay. We're waiting the morn. Well, that means that the morn should be next. I need to turn the lights back on.
You know, I can cast Disintegrate once more today. Could just get through the door that way.
That's better. A little bit of light in here. That looks sufficiently moon-ish. But the middle dial might need to be... Oh! Well,
No, you see, it's supposed to be dark, and then the next one up is probably the morning. So, therefore, the door opened. Who wants to plumb the darkness?
never.
Oh, I mean, we could just, have our fun again.
A hallway stands before you. Different colored tiles, yellow and black, alternate across the floor. And at the end, another familiar stone dais.
I mean, I could probably do this back and forth thing probably about another 2 or 3 times.
I could get over there, Wangdoodle.
I mean, sure. But if you'd rather not, use your magical abilities, I can just shunt you.
Oh no, this is my innate abilities.
Oh well, please go right ahead. Far be it for me to tell the queen what to do.
Nothing happens.
There was much rejoicing.
Well, tried everything. Whatever's here, clearly not here anymore, not meant to be found. Maybe try to kill all the lights in there? There's an awful lot of lights now.
Perhaps we do need a little bit more darkness.
The amount of if-then statements on this puzzle are astronomical.
Yeah, who's gonna tell more other than a side quest?
How are the lights?
Dark!
Alright. Nope, nothing happens.
For those who search the depths of night awaiting the morn. Well, we already searched the depths of night, and Rain found the gem. But how do we wait for the morning?
Most people sleep.
Awaiting the morn.
Oh, is this a stupid dream thing?
Doubtful. We were never, delvers into the dream. This is not the Moon Sage Sanctum. I said we were in the Moon Sage Sanctum. I have something in my eye. If we were in the Moon Sage Sanctum, I would agree with you, but my mother was never, a Moon Sage.
New law. Somebody write this down. Under no circumstances are escape rooms allowed in Maginox. Outlawed under penalty of death.
But you don't appreciate a good puzzle?
Now, there's a difference between a good puzzle and a random bit of nonsense like this. What is even going on?
I'm sorry. Did you say the escape room should carry the penalty of death? Because that I can get behind. Yes, get it right or you die.
Both equal. Well, I mean, that's kind of what we're in right now.
Does someone want to play a game?
I feel like we're already playing a game.
So we had to have the dial set to the moon to open this, right? That's what opened this door. So probably shifting the dial is not the answer.
Well, it could be if we're waiting the morn, which would be just one more turn of ball.
Oh. Now I'm entombed in here forever. Thank you.
Rain, the door shuts
excellent.
behind you.
We can find a new queen, and then we should be all right. We'll still get the Moonblade and be able to go fight Tiamat.
Too bad I have all the pieces in here.
Ah, right.
And this is how Ascended ended.
Became descended.
Oof. Maybe somebody needs to go stand on the sun bit up at the top.
I tried that. It didn't seem to do anything.
No, now that I'm in here.
Oh.
But also
Jeez,
I'm
right?
still locked in here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can teleport.
Did
that do anything?
That's not how that works. If I could teleport out of a place that I can't see out of, I could have teleported out of the gigantic werewolf we just killed.
Yeah, why didn't you do that?
Because I could not see out of the gigantic werewolf. Turns out werewolves and ancient stone walls quite opaque.
That's why everything's better organic.
You can't just say things like that, Bonsai, that don't make any sense.
But I just did.
Still locked in here.
Yeah, I'm still spinning things.
Okay.
Looking for the morn. You are waiting, right? That's what you're supposed to be doing.
I'm standing here next to this dial in the cold dark. Oh, something's glowing now.
Oh, I started the morning. I don't know if anyone else did anything.
Hey, something happened. Did something happen? The door opened.
Yes, actually, Wangdoodle figured out the whole puzzle. It looks like we're done.
I don't know. I was just kind of standing up here trying to figure out what was going on, but I'll take credit for it.
Oh, that sounds perfect. We were supposed to wait, and you did waiting the best. The rest of us were running around scrambling.
So now we stand before them, like right here then?
Oh, I called the sun one.
There seems to be 4 of them. Perhaps, Dreon, you want to go and join your friends? He's not really using his brain today.
Oh, that's fine. I can fix this.
I think that last battle might have rattled him once again.
Oh, that Wangdoodle just wants a reason to flip people.
I believe you can click on the board to decide where you want to teleport Dreon.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to need him to just fail that Constitution saving throw.
It will time out after like 30 seconds if he's AFK. Where do you want to teleport him, Wangdoodle? Right there.
Put him right there.
Vroom.
There we go. Nice and easy.
All right. You all step foot on the 4 glowing tiles. Sunrise, sun, moonrise, and moon. There's a shudder underneath your feet, and the platform begins to rotate.
What is this Scooby-Doo shit? Amazing.
I'm going to move Wangdoodle out of the wall, and Dreon out of the wall. It turns into a hallway that it goes forward. Can you continue going north? Yes. And at the end of the hallway, sitting suspended inside a magical ring made of stone with runes carved all around it, floating in the center, a bright blue gem, and inside it looks like winds are whipping up around it, a small tornado encased within the gem.
Bonsai triggers their divine sense, just like questioning if this is a demon or similar.
It is not celestial, fiend, or undead. Mora, on the other side of the room, gasps. That's it! My mother's essence!
So that's 2 parts? Is that 2 parts of a whole?
That's 2 parts of a whole. Quickly!
Oh, excellent.
Bring it here.
So we have the shadow and we have the breath. I guess air and darkness, that does make sense.
It would be on point. Here. Rain, why don't you place one of the gems upon the sun part and one of the gems upon the moon part? Maybe then that'll rouse my mother out of her sleep.
Sure. One moment. Let me find them in my inventory. Oh, there we go. We'll put... base. What type should this actually be created as? Base?
No, don't drag it from the icon, drag it from the word. You drag it from the icon, it just puts an icon on the map. It doesn't actually put the item.
Okay. I see. Oh. I did the wrong one on the wrong side, but... Hang on.
It's
Probably
important
the
to put
shadow on the moon side, right?
yes, the shadow on the moon side. The breath on the other. One moment, please.
Do just call it out. Do we want to pause here, Drian and Bonsai? I think
This will be the end. I mean, if you don't want the grand reveal, we can definitely stop here and start with the grand reveal, or up to you.
We can save the grand reveal. I don't know if Drian and Bonsai will appreciate it, but
Drian did not appreciate the puzzle at all.
Well, I mean, that's Drian for you.
I suppose. All right. It's 4:00. Drian and apparently Bonsai have had to hard leave at 4:00. But as you place the Queen's breath, the air within the sun sigil, and the shadow within the moon, a tornado-like tempest begins to summon in the center of the room. Darkness and wind coalesce, and nothing in this room can be stirred, as most is made of stone. But the combination of darkness and wind heralds the coming of the Queen of Tempests, the Queen of Air and Darkness. That is where we will end today's session, as you summon the fully formed and realized Queen of Air and Darkness, Mora's mother. But what will emerge from the combination of the gems? Hopefully Mora's mom, and hopefully not something absolutely terrible. But as the
Hey, Rain does not be queen anymore.
2 queens! If you want to call me baby, go ahead now. Wait, that's
was a
2
good
princes.
It was okay. We still accept it.
Alright. That is where we'll end today's session, as you've solved the puzzle of the Court of Tempests, and have brought back the Queen's breath. We will resume next Sunday. Same time, same place.
Yay! Thanks for game.
Thank you for playing. I hope you enjoyed the puzzle. Not Drian. Definitely not talking about Drian.
It was fun. I'm sorry I had to step away in the middle for some important news, but we got it.
It's all good. Did you get approved?
Yes, the cats are coming home Thursday.
Hooray! Good news all around. All right, well, you'll be a newfound cat dad come Wednesday. Or, excuse me, yeah, come Wednesday, and then next Sunday we'll get to hear all about them. I cannot wait to hear what you're going to name your new little boys.
I already have a couple names picked out. I'm not sure if I'm set on it, but I think Smokey's going to be renamed to Nyx, and his brother will be Noctis.
Cute. I love it. Many pictures, please, on Discord. Many.
Once I get them home and situated.
Very good. All right, everybody, that's it for the session today. I will see you next week. Sound good?
Night, y'all.
That's great.
All right. I'll see you both later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And that is where the session ends for today. Whoa! Thank you for watching. Get our shorts and our funny moments over on Play Arctis on Twitter and TikTok. And you can catch all of our VODs in full at ArctisDD. I think I need to adjust some things about my stream view for the stream because it's having trouble seeing through levels. And if I want to use the levels module in stream view, it seems to only look at the top level, which is super annoying. So I'm gonna have to figure out a workaround for that. Sorry that you guys couldn't see some of the action going on in the under rooms. I hope I'll have that fixed for next session. I'm your DM, Zarina. Thank you for watching. And next week should be the coronation of Rain and Eris. Big session coming up, and I hope you'll join us for it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.